Poker Tour. The biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. The WPT is a series of international high-stakes poker tournaments that can turn amateur players into millionaires and make professionals into superstars. With millions of dollars on the line, it's time for these 6 players to live the dream of fame, fortune, and the one thing money can't buy, a WPT title. Tonight, on the World Poker Tour.
On Queens of Aces, it's WPT's Ladies Night tonight on the World Poker Tour, so shuffle up and deal.
Hi everyone, welcome to Los Angeles. Tonight we're at the Bicycle Casino for a very special event on the WPT. It's Ladies Night. I'm Mike Sexton.
And I'm Vince Van Patten, and we are just moments away from the cards being in the air for this very unique event. Chicks with cards going at it. And I'll tell you something, this is the 5th time that the World Poker Tour and the Bicycle Casino have teamed up for this always fun event, benefiting the Susan G. Komen For the Cure Foundation, a great cause.
Well, what a great table we've got for you. Led by the First Lady of Poker herself, Linda Johnson, in seat 6. And in seat 4, we have Pamela Brunson, the daughter of the living legend of poker himself, Doyle Brunson. And what a story it would be if Pam would win tonight in the very same casino that her Hall of Fame father took down his WPT title.
And she is up against a very tough field of ladies. We have the Cash Queen, Christy Gazes, the always tough Mimi Tran, WPT tournament regular Melissa Hayden, and of course we have the defending Ladies Night champion, JJ Liu. There is perfume at the poker table. Once again, you gotta love it. The finest in women's poker. Let's go watch them gamble.
Vince, we hadn't even started yet and they're booing you already.
A little sensitive perhaps, but it's gonna be a fun one. Each player is starting out with $250,000.
That's not perfume here. There's some testosterone at this table. I'm sorry.
6 tough women going at it here to see if one of them can pry the crown off the head of JJ Liu. She is our defending champion in seat 2. She's also the most successful woman player in the history of the World Poker Tour with over $1 million in earnings.
What a player. Cards are flying around. Action's going to be on JJ Liu. JJ looking down at a big hand, Ace King Big Slick on hand number 1.
JJ probably going to be the most aggressive player here at the table tonight. Going to raise it here, certainly with this hand. Makes it $24,000 to go.
Pam Brunson going out. As is Mimi Tran around to Christy Gaze, and she's picked up a wired pair of 10s here.
These 5. 24, right?
Also a strong hand at number 1, and she's going to call it.
Well, she's going to call. Does not re-raise with the 2 10s.
Linda out.
I don't care.
And Melissa Hayden not going to play, so 2 big hands here.
And Vince, no doubt in my mind that Christy and JJ Liu will be the 2 most aggressive women at this table tonight. Already going at it in hand number 1. Here comes a flop.
Remember, JJ, no set, no bet.
Oh, wow. The flop comes King 10-7. JJ Liu has flopped top pair with top kicker. Christy Gazes has flopped 3 10s.
Action's on JJ, and of course she's coming out to make a bet with her kings with the big kicker. It's a $50,000 bet too.
Well, action's around to Christy, and we certainly know she's going to play this hand with 3 10s. The question is, do you just call the bet, sort of slow play it here, or come over the top? Well, Christy is just making the call here.
How much of that is on my stack now, Melissa?
She knows she's up against an aggressive player who could keep betting at the pot.
What a beautiful flop for her.
Well, Vince, JJ Liu could be in dire straits here. 8 of diamonds comes on the turn, so there is a potential straight out there now. But JJ Liu is drawing dead, as we say. No card she can catch to win the pot, but you're sitting there with top pair and top kicker. You got to think it's a pretty good hand. Now, there you see JJ's husband, Dan Allsbach. They just had a baby 9 days ago, yet here she is back to defend her crown.
Play with women is like a cat fight, you know, put the cats in the bag, and to play only with women is a lot more difficult.
JJ Liu has done it. She is going to be our champion.
I have to defend my championship. I feel very good. I'm going to win it again.
Christy just begging for a bet here. Talking very casual, trying to make her bet here. But no, JJ's going to slow down checks. Christy right behind are going to check as well. And here's the river card. Wow. Oh, man, pairs the board. A huge hand there for Christy.
Christy Gazes has a full house. JJ Liu has kings and 8s, and she's betting $50,000.
I'm all in.
Oh, man. And then Christy's going over the top, of course, with it all in, with her tens full.
Well, Vance, if you're in J.J. Lou's seat right now, the caution lights have got to come on. You've got to sense that you've been trapped here. Remember, she wasn't raised on the flop. Her opponent checked on the turn. The board's paired eights on the river. Could she have had two hearts with an 8 in her hand? Does she have a full house? Did she make a straight? Her problem is she's got half her money in the pot already, $125,000. And it's going to cost her the rest of her money, the other $125 to make the call.
Only that's the only time.
Vance, if you look at Christy Gaze's, she looks confident here. Doesn't look like she's bluffing.
Wow. Why?
I got a date.
Well, this would be a great save by J.J. Lou, but
I know, it's hard to
can she
believe.
do it or will she call
My
it?
mom's is here, you know? Hi.
Wow, I got a big hand.
Well, Vance, she will be gone if she makes this call. They both started this pot with exactly the same amount of money. It's our first deal.
Wow.
It's just a nice solid lay down. You got to lay this down. You got to give Christy the benefit of the doubt, I think, here.
You wouldn't think someone would be bluffing in this case, would you, Vince?
No.
You just wouldn't think anyone wants to bluff their money off on the first deal.
You got a hand? I call.
Oh, boy.
Well, she's made the call, Vince, and just that quick, our defending champ is going to be out because Christy Gazes has a full house, tens full of eights. She's going to win this pot. And like the other previous champions of this event, Jennifer Tilly, Isabel Mercier, Cloney Gowan, our defending champion, J.J. Lou, out very early at this final table. Then she just had a baby 9 days ago. She came to play this tournament, gone in one hand.
Yeah, last week she had a baby. This week she gets cold decked.
Well, just that quick. One thing we've learned already, Vince,
Yeah.
we're going to have a new champion this year on Ladies' Night.
Who will become the newest queen of poker and win this coveted title. We're coming back to WPT Ladies' Night right after this. It's over for Cloney.
Cloney Gowan, defending champion in this event. She was the last one standing last year, the first one out this year.
I was really surprised how aggressive and everybody kind of jumped in there.
It is over for Isabel. Not going to be back-to-back. She's our fifth-place finisher here at Ladies' Night number 3.
I think that this table was very rough.
AbsolutePoker.net, please hold. AbsolutePoker.net, please hold. AbsolutePoker.net, please fold, because it's too risky to chase a gut shot straight in an early position with that much pre-flop raising. AbsolutePoker.net, you should probably hold.
AbsolutePoker.com. You in?
That is going to do it for Jennifer Tilly, defending champion.
You know what? The girls are all really great, but the problem was I wasn't getting any cards.
And just that quick, our defending champ is going to be out.
Welcome back to the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles. Mike, I am in a state of shock. I mean, last year, J.J. Lou, she was number 1, Ladies' Night. This year, hand number 1, she is out.
Well, you're right about that, Vince. J.J. Lou made a misread there. She was blown up. She's out of here in 6th place.
The Ladies' Night crown is up for grabs, and one of these 5 ladies is going to capture the title that turns mere poker players into superstars. Action on the first lady of poker, Linda Johnson, and she'll fold this hand.
Melissa Hayden looks down at a 10-7, lays it down.
And now Pam Brunson with the button has picked up the same hand. Ace-King, big slick. The disaster there for J.J. Lou, but she's going to raise it.
Pam makes it $20,000 to go.
Mimi Tran out, and now Christy Gaze is going to give a little loose action, it looks like, with King Jack.
Behave. Okay, Queen.
So Christy has come to play, and now she got twice as many chips as anybody. Flop comes 4-3 deuce. Christy quickly checks. And Pam going to make the continuation bet.
25.
Yep, it looks like 25,000.
Okay, Queen.
And nothing hitting for Christy, and she's going to go out.
So Pam Brunson, a.k.a. Queen Kitty, is going to take down that pot. If anybody's got poker in their jeans, it's Pam Brunson. She earned her seat by defeating 124 ladies in a $1,000 buy-in tournament here at the Bicycle Casino. She earned her way to this final table.
Most of the time when I play poker, I can walk in a card room and people don't know who I am. I don't really go around telling them I'm a Brunson. The thing I'm proudest of in my life is working my way up in the retirement industry. I started out at the front desk and worked my way up to executive director. Well, I used to have poker with Pam with the residents and taught them lots of card games. You know, when I won the ladies tournament, I didn't have a lot of chips the whole time. So I called Dad and I'm like, Dad, I just don't have many chips, but I'm final 2 tables. He's like, good, just go for it. Don't be afraid to go broke. choke and be aggressive. Those are the two things he always tells me. He goes, take it down, I'm going to bed. So then I actually won. So I called him. I'm like, bingo. The reason I said bingo is whenever Dad wins, if y'all see him on the telephone, he's calling me saying bingo. I love to win. I'm very stubborn and hard-headed, and tell me I can't do it, it's going to make me want to do it more.
Vince, I must say, Pam Brunson has gotten tutored from some of the best in the world, including her dad, Hall of Famer Doyle Brunson, her brother Todd Brunson, and close friend, former WPT champion Hoyt Corkins.
What a phenomenal achievement for Pam to pick up the game this fast, playing no limit just in the last year or so, and to be challenging the very best in the world. Will she do it tonight? Back to this action. Christy Gazes with ace-9 has raised it up to 20,000 to go. Linda out. Melissa Hayden not playing. Pam not playing. Around to Mimi Tran, who's picked up a pair of threes.
Well, she's got the small pair. You always like to see flops with small pairs. Mimi's going to take the flop right here. She makes the call.
All right, here's the flop. 2 jacks and a 10.
No help for either player. Mimi out front with the 2 pair, but she checks.
And Christy right behind is going to check. Here comes the turn card. Oh, and look at this, a 3.
Mimi Tran now has a full house, and she is reaching for chips, Vince. She is going to bet here. A little puzzled by this bet. I say that you'd think you'd check a full house. Hope your opponent will bluff at her or perhaps catch a card on the river where you could earn some money.
Well, she's bet $30,000, and yes, it's going to chase Christy away.
Call right here. I think you set me up like a JJ.
Really? I get us something good?
Yeah, bet.
You got a pair?
Yeah.
I got no pair.
She is the Tran train, very aggressive, likes to run over people, run down the tracks, and right there, she's going to take down that pot.
She's done well out here in the World Poker Tour. She has over $500,000 in career earnings. Third place is her highest finish. She's looking to go beyond that tonight, Vince.
You know, she is the pupil of Barry Greenstein, the Robin Hood of poker, and he says that she is the best limit high-stakes cash player in the world, bar none.
So it's the battle of the blinds here, and Lyndon Johnson quickly raising the pot to $23,000 with a 10-5.
Oh, getting out of line here.
Well, trying to pick up the blinds and antes, but it's not going to work. Melissa calls her with a 9-8. So the first pot either of these ladies have played.
It's catching.
And the flop comes 5-4-4. Linda now has 2 pair.
35.
And she's going to bet $35,000.
Yes, with complete confidence, like she knew the 5 was coming, and yes, it's going to work. Melissa goes out. Linda Johnson, the first lady of poker, taking this pot.
Got your crew over there.
That's my people.
Usually she's the final table announcer who does such a brilliant job for us all year long. Behind her, she has her friends and family. And look at this, a wave happening here from her friends.
That's my
It's almost sacrilegious in the poker world.
Oh, boy. Next thing you know, we're going to have beach balls flying around and maybe a streaker go across the floor.
There is steel behind those smiles, and the claws are beginning to show. There's plenty more where that came from, so stick around.
It's not more difficult to play against a field of all women. It's annoying because there's too much perfume. If you're with a lot of women who aren't clear about what the game and how to play the game, and they think it's a very social event, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. You don't want to be rude to them and say, like, just move it, sister. And at the same time, it's please move, hurry on, make up your mind, fold, act, raise, just hand me the cards, I'll tell you what to do.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are in Los Angeles for Ladies' Night. Our 5th time we're having this event on the WPT. It has made stars out of the likes of Jennifer Tilly, Isabelle Mercier, Cloney Gowan, and J.J. Lew, of course.
Vince, all 5 of these women recognize the poker popularity of all former Ladies' Night champions. They want to be the next to put their name on that list.
Yes, they do. Back down to the felt, Mimi Tran quickly folding her hand, and now Christy Gazes with a pair of 6s. Got a raise.
68.
But right over the top, Linda Johnson with ace-jack makes it 68,000 to go.
Well, Linda knows Christy's a very aggressive player, wants to take the play from her. Comes right over the top of her. Makes it 68,000 to go.
Melissa out, Pam out, back on Christy with the mid-pair.
Well, Vince, this is one of the toughest decisions you'll have as a no-limit hold'em player. When you raise it with a middle pair and somebody comes over the top of you, what do you do now?
Well, she is the chip leader at this point. Problem is, do you flip it over the top again or you muck? Tough just to call, because if you don't flop the set, you don't know where the heck you are in the hand.
Sorry, time. No, we don't.
Linda Johnson looking very confident. Nice poker face there by the First Lady, Linda. Looking very strong with a pretty decent hand, but not a monster, of course. Just ace-jack. Christy gazes. Is she going to give up on this?
That's a nice one, by the way. Oh, thanks. Trying to play good. We have 30-minute or 60-minute levels of first level. All right, Linda.
And she is going to lay it down. So Linda Johnson with a nice re-raise right there to take down that pot. Linda, a terrific poker player, primarily a mixed game player, a limit player, but you know, as a WPT announcer, Vance, she's seen a lot of WPT events, seen how these guys have won the money. It's by being aggressive. Linda, very aggressive right there to take down that pot. I think Linda's going to do very well here tonight.
Well, she's also the poker cruise queen. Sets up tremendous poker cruises around the world.
Thank you very much. What I started doing
Action on Christy gazes. The very talkative Christy goes out. Linda going out.
Over to Melissa Hayden on the button now.
Professional photographer and poker pro out of New York.
She looks down at a 7-4 offsuit, but she's going to make a position raise here. Makes it $20,000 to go on the button.
Well, the tough New York pro says, I'm walking here. I'm going to try a bluff here, but right behind her, Pam Brunson with a pair of fives. Going to make the call. Mimi going out.
So Pam out in front with the 2 5s.
So another mid pair up against a miserable 7-4. Here's the flop.
Well, flop comes king, 6 deuce, all different suits. So Pam Brunson out in front with the 2 5s, but she's going to check.
Well, Melissa not hitting anything, but she's not going to slow down. She's going to bluff with it, making a bet of $40,000.
Well, the photojournalist making the continuation bet here, and that's going to cause serious problems for Pam Brunson, and she's going to lay the hand down. So chalk that hand up to aggression by Melissa Hayden. Nice play by her to take down that pot.
I am a poker player and I am an artist. I started playing poker because it was very grounding. So I felt like I was stretching this other side of my brain. I'm not the best player in the world. And I think the best players in the world really are driven. You have to want to win so bad. And sometimes I'm just like, I'll just go to the movies. You know what I mean? So if I'm really in that groove, then I can be pretty tough.
She looks quite happy. Now, this is a player that learned to play in New York about 20 years ago at a club called the Mayfair Club. I used to play there a little bit myself. She played with the likes of Eric Seidel and then with heavy Brooklyn accents. And she has graduated to the big time on the World Poker Tour. What a tournament player she is. All right, back on Melissa. She's got a wired pair of 10s.
Well, she's got a real hand this time.
Yep.
And she's going to raise it. Makes it $20,000 to go.
Pam Brunson folding. Now the train with 9-6 won't play that junk.
Christy Gazes has the ace deuce of hearts.
14 more, right? You got it.
And she's going to make the call. So Christy and Melissa,
What do you got?
good friends when they travel on the road, but right now,
Two of these and one of these, please.
prime enemies.
Well, here's the flop, and on ladies' night, a pair of ladies appears. Not helping Christy. She checks. Melissa behind her with the 10s.
We both check.
Not going with the continuation bet. She checks as well. Here's the turn card, 3 of hearts.
I'm check.
This gives
Yeah?
Christy a straight
Still check.
draw. 4 would give her a straight.
No more checking.
Christy checks once again.
Well, it's very hard for me to handle my chips.
This time, Melissa's going to bet the 10s. Got to feel like it's the best hand right now.
She's going to bet $40,000. Going to make Miss Gazes pay for it if she wants to hit this straight.
Well, Christy would have to catch a 4 or an ace as the cards lie to win this pot. She opts to lay it down. A good lay down by her.
You're going to call me with ace high?
So Melissa Hayden picking up her second pot in a row.
And just raking it in. Things are going her way.
Melissa's cashed 3 times out on the World Poker Tour. Has over $100,000 in career earnings.
Good friends with another great professional player, Alan Cunningham. One of the nicest guys on the circuit.
Well, she certainly has had some good mentors in her day, no doubt about that. Action's going to be back on Melissa here. Oh, and look at this, Vince.
Oh, what?
Melissa Hayden has picked up another nice hand. She's got 2 queens this time.
20 years ago.
And she's going to raise for the 3rd consecutive hand.
Can't suppress the smile. She makes it $20,000 to go. Pam out. Mimi Tran out. And Christy Gazy going out.
Well, Linda Johnson's in the big blind. She's got some money out there.
Yeah, she's going to get stubborn. She's called it with Jack 8 of clubs.
Well, just wants to see a flop here. Oh, what a flop. Come 9-7-5 with 2 clubs. Linda Johnson has flopped a straight flush draw, and she checks it.
Yeah, she does.
Melissa with the overpair is going to bet $40,000.
Huge drawing hand for the first lady of poker.
I'm all in.
Oh, boy.
All right, I call it.
Linda's come over the top for all her chips here. Melissa quickly calls, so Linda knows she's going to need help. As the cards lie, however, Linda is a mathematical favorite to win this pot with the two-way straight draw and the flush draw.
Double flush draw, straight flush draw, everything.
Now, if Linda should not hit, she would still have some money left. However, if Melissa does not have her queens hold up, she would be gone.
Battle of the Redheads. Battle of the Redheads.
Will the ladies stand up on ladies' night?
Here's the turn card. Not good for Linda. Pairs the board, pair fives.
Now, what that means is if the 5 of clubs comes off now, Linda will not win this pot because that'll give Melissa a full house.
Coming down to the river.
Linda needs a 6, a 10, or a club that's not the 5 or the queen. She got it! Linda Johnson has drawn out on the river.
Ooh.
Well, Linda's mom, Jean, and her boyfriend Ed jumped up about 2 feet when that club hit on the river. Linda has made a flush. She's going to take down this pot, and the photojournalist from New York, Melissa Hayden, is going to be out in 5th place.
What a card. Melissa completely stunned.
Melissa was going for the hat trick there with the 2 queens. She won the previous 2 pots with a 7-4 and a pair of 10s. Couldn't get the job done with 2 queens. She's going to be out in 4th place.
A lot of class, gives hugs around.
Well, Vince, you certainly can't fault either player for getting all their money in there on the flop of those hands.
Not at all.
Wow. This is fast. Yeah. They're not going to have a whole TV show. Like the TV show is like 20 minutes.
4 players remain here on Ladies' Night. We're coming back with more on the World Poker Tour.
This event's my favorite event because I love the energy that it brings. You can tell when you're in the room, these women are here to not only play poker, but to make a difference in the world. They are committed to the cause of curing cancer, and every year they get really behind this event.
It is Susan G. Komen for the Cure's opportunity to really educate people where they live, work, and play with the message of early detection.
It's about great women coming together to play excellent poker, save the tatas, because in the end, everybody is in support of saving the tatas.
Welcome back to Ladies' Night on the World Poker Tour. 4 players left fighting it out for this title. Our current ship leader is the first lady of poker, Linda Johnson. In 2nd place, Christy Gazes with $445,000. Mimi Tran has $282,000, and Pam Brunson in 4th place with $245,000.
Well, the Phillies are firing away. Let's go back down to the table. Into Linda Johnson with the button. She has 9-6. She goes out.
Well, Pam Brunson also has a 9-6 and quickly calls.
What the hell calling right there?
Come on, let's see a flop.
See your flop? I don't let you see your flop that tip. Let's go. Fire.
Around to Mimi Tran. She's got king, queen of spades.
Now, Vince, she's correctly assuming that her king high is the best hand right here, so she's going to raise it.
What a bully.
It's really a bully. It's an animal.
She says, I am a bully. I'm an animal.
You know,
Is it going to work?
Now I'm mad.
Yes, it does.
Good poker instincts by Mimi there. Figured her king high was best when her opponent limped in. Indeed it was, so she raised it right up and took down the pot.
I'll never limp again. And then I'm raising.
No, it's okay. You leave. You give me a free hand. But when I have it, I have to raise you.
Well, that's going to make Barry Greenstein, the Robin Hood of poker, very happy. He has tutored her, he has bragged about her, and she has delivered.
You can see it on TV.
Now, you are here to support Mimi. What do you think makes her so great? I personally love the way she plays. What do you think makes her stand out?
She's just a real poker player.
Right.
You know, she knows what's going on. She knows what people are thinking,
Right.
and she can think through a hand. You know, I think she's the best woman player in the world, frankly.
That's a pretty big statement. That's a big title to give to someone.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm always willing to bet on Mimi against any other female player, and against a lot of men players, too.
He told me it's tougher sweating, you know, someone that you really care about than it is out there playing yourself. I know when Mimi's playing, I mean, Barry seems a lot more nervous than when he's out there playing, that's for sure.
Back to the action here.
Pam Brunson now. She looks down at a nice king, queen of clubs on the button. She's getting some raising chips out, and she makes it $20,000 to go.
That's right. Mimi Tran now with an awful 6-3. She's out, and Christy Gazes, though, has an ace-10, is interested and does call.
Well, she makes the call with the ace-10 out of the big blind. She's out in front. Pam with the king, queen of clubs. Here comes a flop. Jack 6-4, rainbow, all different suits, no help to either player. Actions on Christie, and she checks.
And she does. And now, even though she didn't hit, will Brunson continue this charade and bet it and force the issue? Yes, she does. Her father would be proud. $30,000.
Well, what's Christie going to do now? We can see Christie Gazes has the best hand with the ace high, but she's going to lay it down. So nice aggression by Pam Brunson there to take down that pot. And as you said, Vince, that will put a smile on Doyle's face.
Kitty.
Don't forget that little thing she has there, the Capra cards. That's her little kitty. That's a good luck charm.
Halloween costume.
You actually look at her, it's a much, much prettier version of Doyle, but there's sort of the same mannerisms at the table. Forgive me if I'm wrong. There's sort of the body language. You see Doyle in her in a much more beautiful way.
So Queen Kitty, Pam Brunson picking up that pot by staying aggressive.
Back to Linda Johnson, who has a pair of threes.
Well, Linda's got the small pair. She's going to raise it on the button, makes it $15,000 to go.
But right behind her, Pam Brunson has ace deuce of clubs.
Pam is making the call out of the small blind. Mimi folding her hand. So here we go.
Fast action once again.
Pam with the ace deuce of clubs. Linda with the 2 threes. Whoa. And a 3 pops right off on the flop. Linda's flopped a set. Pam Brunson has checked this flop.
And a quick bet by Linda with the 3 of a kind, and it's going to chase Pam out. And I'm thinking Linda might be saying to herself, wait a second, I mean check. I didn't mean to bet. Excuse me, can I take that back?
Well, Vince, you would check there if you knew your opponent had nothing.
More cocktails back there.
But you're hoping your opponent's got a pair of kings where they might come over the top of you where you can win a big pot. I think Linda made the correct bet in betting the 3 of a kind there, even though she probably wishes she would have checked now.
No Limit isn't about your cards. It's about what people think you have and what you think they have. In the old days, we had this saying, no set, no bet. People just didn't bet without cards. But today, now that they watch TV and they see all the big bluffs, you have to do a lot more calling today than you used to because people will try to put moves on you. Wow. A lot of people, when they see me on the street, they know they've seen me somewhere, but they're not sure. Well, I'm the lady in black who stands behind the table at the World Poker Tour. And my job is to call the action for the studio audience. We are at the Legends of Poker at the Bicycle Casino. Let's shuffle up and deal. Before poker, I worked as a postal clerk, and back in 1980, I quit. I devastated my mom. She was afraid I'd be sleeping on the streets, and I moved to Las Vegas to become a professional poker player. Mike Sexton gave me the nickname First Lady of Poker. I'm co-owner of a company called Card Player Cruises, and we do seminars on our cruises. At one time, I owned Card Player magazine, and right now I'm a columnist for the magazine. You know, everybody has to be good at something. I'm not an artsy person. I'm not a terrible driver, but my main talent seems to be in poker. We all have something that's mine.
And Linda has done wonders for the poker industry over the last 15 years. I don't think anybody in the world has done more.
That's right, Mike, and the lipstick is coming off. Who's going to take the title? Stick around. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Ladies Night 5 here on the World Poker Tour. I'm Vince Van Patten alongside Mike Sexton. 4 players remain.
Our current chip leader is the First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson. Linda has $524,000 in chips. Christy Gaze is in second place. Mimi Tran in third place with $308,000. And in fourth place, Pam Brunson with $239,000.
The most famous last name in poker, that would be Brunson, at the table. This time she's going to lay down Dolly Parton, 9-5.
Over to Mimi Tran. She looks down at an ace-7 offsuit on the button. She's going to raise it up, makes it $20,000 to go.
75.
But right behind her, Christy Gaze is with big slick ace-king. She says she's going to re-raise. Linda going out.
Back around to Mimi.
And it's $75,000 to go.
Take it.
And the Tran can't take the heat. She goes out.
Well, a nice lay down by Mimi Tran there. So Christy Gaze is chalking up another pot.
And she's an amazing player. She grew up in this area in Van Nuys, California. Used to play in Gardena. A little underage. She said she brought in her fake ID, and she learned against the best in those tough games in Southern Cal.
We asked her where she went to school. She said, I'm from the School of Hard Knocks.
Well, the antes are still $1,000. Blind still $3,000 and $6,000. Relatively small for the amount of cash out there. There's plenty of play left. Action is on Linda Johnson. Jack 10. She elects to fold.
Over to Pam Brunson. She's got a 5 high on the button, lays it down.
And now Mimi Tran in the small blind with an 8-4 of diamonds.
Well, she got raised out of the last pot, Vince, but she's going to raise it again here. Makes it 20,000 to go. And look at this. Christy Gazes coming right over the top of her again, this time with just a king deuce. Makes it 75,000 to go.
And it's going to work.
Your daughter's a
Mimi
bully.
has to lay down the 8-4. But what a play by Christy Gazes there.
That's a bully.
For the second time in a row to come right over the top of Mimi. And look at that little sort of sadistic smile of Mimi Tran's there, Vince.
Well, I'll tell you something. Christy read her man perfectly. I should say lady. She did a nice job right there. Christy Gazes in good form.
I feel great whenever I sit down at a poker table. I'm not intimidated by anyone at this point because I've made my living doing this for years. However, playing with this crew of women, this is not your average female table. These are all tough opponents that probably want to beat me really bad. So when I started playing poker, there was me, 5 cocktail waitresses, and a couple old broads playing. I mean, there's very few ladies playing. Now there's a female at every table, which is great. I think the chromosomes got mixed with me when I was born. I should have been a dude. Look at my hands. I definitely have man hands. So, but yeah, I'm definitely comfortable playing with men. I'd feel comfortable playing with anyone, though, because I really just view my opponents as mannequins. I don't view them as human beings when I'm playing with them because I have to take their money, so I can't really view them in an emotional way. I would love to win a WPT title. I would love to win this title, obviously, but more importantly so, I would love and will win a World Poker Tour Open event. I hear that I'm crazy every single day, and I know I am. I'm spun out of my head, but that's okay. There's only 2 types of people, crazy and boring, so I prefer the first, of course.
Christy Gazes, the local who done good, shining here at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles.
Well, her mother and father, Rosalie and Dennis, in the house, as well as her sister Pam, her Aunt Cecilia. They've all come to watch her play. So far, she's doing great.
Back to this hand, Pam out. Tran not going to play, and now Christy Gazes with King 9. Just going to call.
Well, she limps in the small blind with a King 9.
Linda Johnson with King 7 says, that's fine. Let's see 3.
Oh, both players have flopped 3 kings. Both players check the 3 kings. Christy out in front with a bigger kicker right now. She has a 9 kicker, but a 7 comes on the turn.
Linda hitting her full house right there with the 7.
They both checked on the flop, slow playing their 3 kings. Linda is now going to bet 10,000, and Christy is going to raise it 10,000. She thinks she's out front with him, obviously. We can see she's not. Linda is just going to call with the full house.
Going to play it very slow, wanting to trap. She doesn't re-raise, and a 10 on the river.
50.
Well, Christy's going to bet 50,000. You can't blame her the way this hand's been played. She's got to think 3 kings are the best hand. Linda Johnson, however, has kings full of 7s. Linda slow played about long enough, I think, Vince.
150.
Yeah, here she goes. She's going to re-raise it 100,000 here.
What, they 8-9?
And look at Christy. She sort of flinches there a little bit.
8-9.
Thinking Linda might have made it straight here.
With this huge hand, and how do you get away from this?
I call. 8-9?
Full house. Full house.
Well, Christy has called.
Now, Christy does pay her off. Shows the 3 kings. Flips her cards up into the muck. Linda Johnson going to take down that pot to extend her chip lead. Well, normally when people check on the turn and then raise you on the river, they've set a trap along the way. But they check on one street and then raise you on the next.
Nothing I can do. Just call. There's a straight got there. That's really why I just called it, actually. The straight and the straight. I can only call.
Good enough to play on the World Poker Tour? Find out right now online at WPT on GSN.com.
Welcome back to Ladies Night 5. 4 players continue here from Los Angeles. And right now, Linda Johnson is the big stack at the table. She's the Pamela Anderson with close to 700,000.
Well, the crowd cheering the action, Vince, and we are seeing plenty of action here tonight. No doubt about it. Certainly our former champions on Ladies Night have all got big names in the poker world right now. One of these ladies looking to add their name to that list.
Don't leave me with
Action is going to be on. Christy Gazes with ace deuce.
I'll just call again. I'm a calling station. That's what I am.
Christy Gazes limping in out of the small blind with the ace deuce.
And now Linda Johnson with a wired pair of 8s.
I'm all in.
But right behind it, Linda has raised to 21,000 with 8s. And Christy going over the top all in.
Can I take that back? I meant to check.
Doesn't even hesitate. quickly going over the top of Linda Johnson, and Linda probably fearful now that Christy was trying to trap her here with a big pair. What do you do with 2-8s here for another $300,000? Now, Linda is the chip leader and can afford to make this call, but still, she's in great shape right now. Do you want to jeopardize yourself with 2-8s? Linda is going to lay these 8s down. Big lay down by her, but chalk that up to the positive-minded and quick reaction of Christy Gazes to move all in there. And Vince, I got to tell you, if Linda Johnson does not go on and win this tournament, she could very well look back at this hand right here and say, you know, I should have tried to bust her right there.
That one probably will make the TV, so I can see what she had. That was just for you, Linda. Just remember I said that.
Just a strong move by Christy. Smiling very broadly right now. It's always great when you can steal a pot like that.
Now you're going to figure it out before and bust my ass. You're like, let me see. What did you see in me earlier? I had a pocket pair, actually.
Well, Christy Gazes has a lot of supporters here tonight. One of them is professional poker player Karina Jett, and she's over to talk to Layla right now.
Why do you think Christy seems to be the favorite right now? Everyone's like, Christy, Christy, Christy. What do you think sets her apart from all these other ladies out there?
You know, Christy's playing really good right now. She's making moves. She's picking her spots. And this type of tournament, you have to really make your moves. And that's basically what she's doing. Mimi's kind of sitting back and Pam's kind of sitting back. But Christy's ready to, like, knock them down. So I think she has a really good chance of winning.
Just aggressive movement. That's the difference between the average pro and the ones that really excel. Extra level of no-fear poker. All right, back to this hand. Now Linda Johnson with an awful 9-3. This time she's going to raise with this junk.
Well, she's hoping Pam doesn't pick up anything where she can just pick up the blinds and antes here. So Linda coming in for $24,000. She raised out of the big blind the last hand. That didn't work. Not sure this is going to work either. Pam's going to make the call.
All right, heads-up action between Pam and Linda. Here's our flop.
And the flop comes king, king, 4. Pam has flopped 3 kings. Action is on Linda. Remember, she has absolutely nothing here. But she's going to make the continuation bet in hopes that Pam misses flop.
She's going to put $21,000 in. And now Pam, just completely elated, trying to hide the joy and excitement you get when you flop a set.
Well, she's just calling with the 3 kings here. And you know this has got to put the caution lights on for Linda. Especially when the board pairs again on the turn like it has here. 4 spades on the turn, meaning 2 pair out there. Action on Linda, and she is checked.
Yes, and now Pam is going to bet at $30,000. I got to say, I think that's a mistake. Why bet that hand? Let your player get trapped. Maybe she'll bet next round. Mistake right there by Pam, but still she's going to take that pot.
Well, I'd agree, even though I'm certain Linda wasn't going to put any more money into that pot. Whatever came out there, Pam probably just hoping Linda had a 4, might have made 4s full of kings, but that wasn't the case. Pam Brunson taking down that pot, and Linda Johnson getting her wrist slapped a little bit there.
And the antes and blinds are going up, Mike. $1,000 antes, then the blinds will be $5,000 and $10,000. And get a little more expensive to play. Pam Brunson holding her own here tonight. Let's take a peek at her cards. It's a 9-6 offsuit, folds the hand.
And to Mimi, she's got the ace high on the button, and she's going to raise it. Makes it $30,000 to go.
But Christy Gaze is right behind her with Queen Jack. Going to make this call. Linda going out.
Two-way action. Well, the flop comes King 10-8 with 2 hearts. Christy has a straight flush draw and announces, I'm all in without any hesitation.
Wow, that's a $311,000 bet there. Mimi hitting nothing of that, and she has to fold a hand. Christy not wanting the action. Well, you have to do that, even though it's such an attractive hand. You don't know for sure whether your hand's coming, but if you bet it, you get them out. You don't have to see, but look at this, the Wonder Cam. I just have to peek. An ace of hearts comes up.
Oh, boy.
Mimi would have caught an ace, and, of course, Christy would have hit the flush, so.
Who knows what's coming? Take it when you can get it.
They should nickname you Miss All In.
4 players remain. Stay tuned. We're coming back for more. Are you good enough to be a WPT champion?
Log on to WPT on GSN.com.
Someone recently said to me the difference between Todd and I is like Godzilla and Bambi. No, I'm Bambi. I can be Godzilla, but it takes me a lot more. You got to work me up to be Godzilla. Todd just naturally is.
We are back in Los Angeles for the Ladies' Night 5 here on the World Poker Tour. 4 players remain. And so far, we have lost the defending champion, J.J. Liu, and Miss New York, Melissa Hayden, has gone away as well.
J.J. Liu out on the very first deal tonight. So we're going to crown a new ladies champion tonight. One of these four players are going to wear that crown. Our current chip leader is Linda Johnson, the first lady of poker. She has $571,000.
All right, back to the table. Mimi Tran folding her hand. And now Christy Gaze is with a 10-8. Going to try to muscle this pot with a raise.
Yeah, she is. She's making a position raise here. Comes in for $30,000. Linda goes out.
And now Pam Brunson with a pair of sevens says all in.
Well, a nice bet here by Pam Brunson. Going to put the pressure on Christy Gazes here with the two walking sticks. She's got the pair, and she set all her money in the middle of the pot.
Does Kitty play? No. Made her smile. I know Dolly doesn't play.
Christy Gaze is just posturing here, Vince.
Thank you.
No way you're going to call an all-in bet with a 10 high.
All right, you win.
Well, she does lay it down.
I thought I'd do your move.
So a nice over-the-top all-in bet by Pam Brunson there to take down that pot. So Pam playing very nicely here. You know, one of her mentors is former WPT champion Hoyt Corkins, and certainly we know Hoyt's favorite play is to move all in. He's going to be very proud of Pam for making that play right there. Pam's a former executive director of Assisted Living Retirement Community. She has the BA in sociology at UT San Antonio. Also has a couple dogs and a couple cats.
Right.
Well, there you see the kitty capping the cards again. Pam Brunson has a nice hand here, an ace-queen. She's going to raise it, makes it $35,000 to go.
Only one to beat is Mimi, the Tran, and she's got a king-queen of diamonds.
All-in.
And she says all in.
For $250,000. Putting the pressure right on Pam Brunson. And Vince, I know her dad's not crazy about an ace-queen, but in a short-handed poker game like this, I think you have to go with it here. The only way you could lay this down is if you specifically put your opponent on two aces, two kings, two queens, or an ace-king. That's the only four hands where you're not getting the right price to play here. She's getting about 3-2 odds on her money, so I'll be surprised if she lays this down, but still, your opponent moves over the top of you all in. Sometimes you're fearful to put your chips in there with ace-queen.
Wish I could see that camera right now.
Oh, she's saying, Dad told me to study them. I'm going to look at her. I'm going to try to detect something.
Do you have a pair?
I'm going to ask questions.
Now, the question is that a nervous smile or a smile of confidence?
Right here.
That's what Pam is trying to decipher here.
You got a pair of ovaries.
Yeah, she's probably thinking to herself, what did Dad tell me? Don't be afraid to go broke.
Oh, boy.
Don't be afraid to go broke.
Well, if I take your chips, then I could at least get down and dirty with these guys. You could go home. You could get down and dirty with us anyways.
That's right.
Damn, I bet I got you.
What is Pam Brunson going to do here? Will she make the call? She won't be broke if she calls and loses this pot, but she'll be on very thin ice.
Nobody trusts anyone at this table. This is a very suspicious table.
Oh, look at this. She's
getting out some chips here.
Here than at the men's table yesterday.
I'm checking.
Mimi Tran's tournament life on the line here. Well, Pam's counting out to see how many chips she's going to have left if she would play this pot and lose it. And she can see now it wouldn't be many chips. Oh, Vince, she lays it down.
Oh, yeah.
Mimi Tran getting a break there.
Oh, man, I bet I had you on that.
So Mimi trying to survive here tonight, and in fairness, Vince, she hasn't caught any hands all night long yet at this final table. She's made her money with the worst hands.
I love to play poker. Not just like, but I love it. The people often call me that I'm an animal at the poker table. And I say, yeah, you can call me an animal at the poker table. I'm a land animal, not a water animal. April 1975, the communist government is invaded my South Vietnam. And my father is in army. We become their enemy. And I have to work out there to work for a living because my dad cannot support for me. I come to the United States in '82. Then I work at the electronic company. I got a car accident and I got a back injury that I cannot go back to the regular job. So I hang out with my friend in the casino. So eventually I go broke soon. And I met Barry Greenstein. And he turned me from nobody don't know anything about poker and become the person I am right now, a great poker player. I make money. All my money go to my family. All of it go all the way, go straight to my family in Vietnam. Any poker table I sit down and play, I want to win. Winning, it feel good.
Right now, Linda Johnson out in front with over 550,000. Christy Gaze is 374, and Pam and Mimi Tran with about 290 each. Back to the table. All ladies excited here tonight with a shot at the title. But the action's going to go to Mimi Tran, and she's going to fold a queen
30.
deuce.
Christy Gaze is staying aggressive on the button, raising here with the king 10.
But right behind her, Linda Johnson with an ace 8 of heart.
Linda's going to give her a little jingle here. She calls. Pam going out. So the two chip leaders once again going at it.
So ace 8 up against king 10.
Here comes a flop. Ace 10-6. Linda Johnson out in front with the two aces and checks them. Christy checks the two tens right behind her. Now the king of clubs comes off.
Christy now with kings and tens.
Well, again, Linda checks two aces.
75.
And this time Christy is going to bet. She's betting 75,000, and Linda quickly calls her with the two aces.
Wow.
Are you scared?
Yeah, I am.
Linda's going to need some help.
My favorite card is scared.
River card is a deuce of hearts.
I'm all in.
Linda checks, and quickly Christy Gaze is going all in with two pair
She
here.
bet that much. How much is it?
And she is going to put the test on Linda Johnson right here.
Shoot.
Now, if you're sitting in Linda's seat, you see a possible straight, a possible flush on the board.
Want a week?
You only have one pair, two aces with a weak kicker. Essentially, you should be saying to yourself, you know, in truth,
268.
somebody moving all in here, all they can really beat is a bluff. Very unlikely anybody's going to move all in with one pair. They just check it down and hope their hand was good.
Oh, this is awful. I wish I could poll the audience or phone a friend or...
She can't phone a friend. She can't pull the audience.
Mike Vince, I need you.
Well, she's calling out to us for help. Now you know she's desperate.
This is either going to... I can hear Mike now. How could she call that with that?
Well, I probably would say that if you call, Linda.
Reading our minds here. I hate to see Linda in this kind of situation.
But she's making the call.
Well, Linda is making the call, and she's not going to like it as Christy Gazes shows down the two pair and is going to win this pot. And, Vince, that's the advantage of being an aggressive player, is that when you finally make a hand, because you've been betting, nobody believes you when you finally got a hand, and they pay you off. Linda Johnson paying her off there, and it cost her.
She had 268.
A self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
This is my...
Big pot there going to Christy Gazes, who's our new chip leader. Stay tuned. 4 players remain. We're coming back for more.
Good hand.
Thank you, thank you.
What happened to the car, honey?
The same thing again.
Meteor?
Meteor. I was at a stoplight. Whoosh, bang, right on the hood. It misses Mars, it misses the moon, it hits my car.
Good at bluffing? Play poker online at partypoker.com. It's fun, it's easy, it's the world's largest poker room.
Welcome back to LA and the final table of WPT Ladies Night. Hey guys, I'm Layla Kaylee. It's been an amazing night so far. Let's cut to the chase and see what's happened. The night began with 6 of poker's best female players settling in for a long, hard battle. But with a wham, a bam, and a see you later, ma'am, JJ Lou's title defense lasted just one hand.
Vince, we're going to have a new champion this year on Ladies Night.
Soon thereafter, Melissa Hayden was shipped to the rail, courtesy of a gambling Linda Johnson, and now only 4 remain in pursuit of the win. Will the Champions Trophy read Gazes, Tran, Johnson, or will the daughter of a legend do her father proud and write her own name in poker history?
We have a new chip leader. It is Christy Gazes out of Van Nuys, California. She's got close to 800,000 here tonight.
Yeah, she just doubled up to the first lady of poker, Linda Johnson. And Linda, who'd been the chip leader for quite a while at this final table, now finds herself on the short stack, Vince.
Back down to the party here.
And Mimi Tran looks down at a 6-4 hearts, and she's going to continue to stay aggressive, raising on the button here. Makes it 30,000 to go.
All in.
Wow. Christy quickly calls with Jack 10 of diamonds, and Linda Johnson says all in with just a king 3.
Just tired of getting pushed around by Mimi Tran. Linda in the big blind, drawing her sword in the sand. Said, Mimi, I know you don't have a hand every single time on the button.
It's back on Mimi. And she's going to lay it down.
Is that 160 or something?
Christy saying,
How much more?
how much more is it going to be? She's got Jack 10 of diamonds.
Now, Christy Gazes could very easily justify calling with this hand. She has a lot of chips. She's got the Jack 10 of diamonds. There's about 240,000 in the pot. Going to cost her another 145,000 to make the call. And Vince, my guess is a lot of top pros would call in this situation with a Jack 10 of diamonds. There's a lot of hands, but you're not going to be this big a dog in this situation.
Time,
in case Linda would have an ace and a baby card, for example, or a small pair. Certainly, Christy would be getting the right price to play then. But Christy does not want to give chips back to Linda right away, so she lets it go, but reluctantly, Vince. So Linda Johnson, she says, look, you girls can move all in. I'm going to move all in myself once in a while.
She's saying, I'll show you who wears the pants at this table. Thank you very much.
Linda making a very nice play there to pick up that pot, get some chips back. She moves back into third place. None of these ladies are going to give up, Vince. I can tell you they're going to fight to the finish. All of them desperately want to wear that crown tonight.
We are having a great time here this week at the Bicycle Casino, one of the premier poker clubs in the world, bar none. Let's go to Christy. She's got ace-4 this time.
Well, she's in what we call the cutoff position, one away from the button. She's going to raise it here. Makes it 30,000 to go.
Linda Johnson folding, Pam going out. Mimi Tran now with a king-jack of clubs.
Well, that's the kind of hand you like to see flops with, Vince. So she is going to make the call here. So Mimi with the king-jack. Christy with the ace-4. Here comes a flop. King 10-3. Mimi has flopped top pair and checks.
Oh, yeah. Set a little trap here. Flopping top pair. Will Christy bite with a continuation bet? Yes, she does.
Well, Mimi knows Christy's a very aggressive player. Probably going to bet when you check. It's exactly what's happened. Now let's see what Mimi's going to do.
Well, it's a $50,000 bet. And the train extrapolating the odds, the figures.
200 right here.
The trapping amount. And there she goes. She says all in with it.
Well, that makes it easy.
203,000.
She has gone all in here for about 200,000 more.
40 with 60, 200, 203,000.
So it's another 150,000 to Christy, and Vince, she's just posturing here. No way she's going to make this call, and no, there she goes, folds the hand. So Mimi Tran with a nice check raise on the flop there to take down that pot.
Oh, she is good. She's aggressive, and when she catches hands, she likes to run people over like Lindsay Lohan on a Saturday night. Stay tuned. We have 4 players remaining here on the World Poker Tour. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Ladies Night 5 here on the World Poker Tour. This is getting exciting as 4 players remain.
Well, we've seen some terrific play tonight by these ladies, no doubt about it. But, Vince, we've also seen some mistakes at this final table.
Oh, of course.
The great thing about watching the World Poker Tour is that you can learn from players who make great plays, and you can also learn from mistakes.
Well, we all make mistakes. A lot of pressure.
Forgive me.
Who will take this prestigious title? We will see. Action's going to be on Mimi Tran, and right out of the blocks there, she has a pair of 6s, and is going to raise with it.
She's going to make it 30,000 to go.
Christy going out, and now it's around to Linda Johnson, who has a pair of 7s wired.
Well, Linda trying to figure out what she wants to do here. To just call the 30,000, or to go ahead and come over the top and raise it here. Linda on the short stack out of the 4 players left. Is this the hand she wants to go with? Because of the WPT cam, we can see that she has Mimi dominated here. 2 7s against 2 6s.
110.
Well, she is going to raise it. Makes it 110,000 to go.
She's going to give a poke with the high heel here of 80,000 more. Pam now with a king 4 of diamonds. Won't play that, so back around into the train.
I know.
Well, then she's going to be talking to herself right now, because it seems like every time she raises the pot and comes in for 30,000, either Christy or Linda comes over the top of her to take the pot away from her.
Well, this could get very ugly fast.
Well, you'd think she'd have a tough decision, Vince, but she makes the laydown. What a laydown by Mimi Tran right there. Just throws those 2 6s away like they're nothing. And Linda Johnson takes down that pot.
Any good?
Depends what it was. Some pairs were good, some weren't.
Well, Linda all smiles again here. She was chip leader for a good while at this final table, and then she was low stacked. She's creeping her way back up the ladder here now to get back in the hunt to try to capture this title.
Well, I tell you something, Mike. It's one of the aspects of poker that's a little bit underrated, the laydown. No one knows when you're making a great laydown. They don't get to see the cards, but deep down you know, especially after she sees the show.
Well, you're right, Vince, but it shouldn't be underrated. Money saved is money earned at the poker table.
Action at the table. Christie quickly folding, and now Linda Johnson with a 7-5 of spades.
She gives up the button.
Pam Brunson with a queen 9.
She limps in and makes the call out of the small blind.
She leaving to look at me.
Mimi.
What the heck is that?
Mimi having a ball here. She's moved into second place, so
That's a joke.
you know life's funny when you get plenty of money.
See, I knew you were going to do that.
Well, she has ace 4.
It's only going to have a hand.
She's going to
But
raise.
it's funny when you leave it.
Your definition of a hand isn't the same as
You look at my hand before. I didn't even look at my hand.
Figures her ace high is the best hand. Indeed it is. She's
I
raised
knew you were
it.
going to do that before I
No,
looked
you're
in.
very, very funny the way you know how the kids, want to get the cookie and then try to...
Now, on the most part, they're having more fun than guys at the poker table. See, this is more fun, though. I'd rather be at this table. This is just total women bonding here.
Don't go anywhere, folks, because I'm sure the dirty jokes are coming soon.
She's sneaking in and try to get a Kelly.
Who cares who won that pot? I'm having a good time now.
She's sneaking in.
All right, so the battle for Queen of Poker continues, 4-handed, and the antes and blinds are going up. Blinds will be 8 and 16,000.
Well, I wonder if this will see some of the laughter and giggling that's going on, Vince. Price of poker going up.
It's gambling time. Action on Pam Brunson. And she looks down at a wired pair of 5s.
Well, she's got the speed limit hand, as we call it.
Hey.
Caps the cards with Queen Kitty. And looks like she's getting chips out to raise. Like she should. Yes, she makes it 45,000 to go. Next to act is Mimi. She goes away.
Christy gazes, looks down at ace 10 in the small blind here.
It's usually a hand action. What's she playing there? What do you got? 20, 40, 100, and I'm all in.
Whoa. She's come over the top and gone all in here.
I call. I'm folding.
Now Linda goes out with Jack 3 and a quick call by Pam Brunson.
Well, Pam quickly makes the call with the 2 5s, and we've got the classic race situation at no limit hold'em. It's the under pair versus the 2 overcards. Pam Brunson all in here with the 2 5s, must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament.
5s are my favorite. You threw a 10?
I did not have either.
Oh.
Well, notice what's happened here. She took the kitty off her card. No, there it comes out there too, but
The kitty plays?
she's put Doyle Brunson's cap on that card as well. I think she's going to blame Doyle if she loses this pot.
5's my favorite number.
Good thing that they're not a superstitious family.
5.
Well, the flop is king, queen, ace. So far, so good for Pam. She's out in front with the 2 5s.
I have a jack and a 5. And jack and an 8.
Christie has made a straight draw here. So she could win the pot with a jack. She could also take the lead, and ace or 10 comes off. That doesn't happen. A 7 comes on the turn. We are down to the river. Right now, Pam Brunson about a 4-1 favorite to win this pot. She's got to dodge an ace, a jack, or a 10.
Will she double up? And she does it.
It's an 8. And not even her old man could have done better on this hand than she did, Vince. She has doubled up.
And the Queen Kitty fans up on their feet going wild.
Just wasn't going to give up the pot to Christy Gazes. Wasn't going to get bulldogged around. And I guarantee you, Papa is clapping as well.
We became millionaires in this family because of that philosophy. Well done, gal.
5's my favorite number.
She has doubled up and is now a serious force to capture this title. Pam Brunson.
Keep up to date on World Poker Tour broadcasts at WPT on GSN.com. We are back for Ladies Night number 5 here on the World Poker Tour. 4 players going after this very prestigious title here tonight.
We just saw Pam Brunson double up to move into second chip position. And Vince, if she wins this tournament, the poker community will be saying, Doyle who?
We will see. Action's going to be on. First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson.
Linda, the current chip leader. She's going to lay down her hand.
Oh, the foot into...
Action's back on Pam.
I hate that.
I will tell y'all if you have something in your teeth.
Who qualified her way into this event.
She's on the button, in position, and she looks down at an ace-8 offsuit. She got half the dead man's hand, aces and eights. Makes it 45,000 to go.
Mimi Tran now looking down at Dolly Parton, 9-5, folds that.
I'm all in.
And Christy Gazes has an ace-queen, and she's gone over the top all in here. Now Pam has her covered. And we'll have about 100,000 left if she plays this pot and loses it.
You're not the only one, baby.
Well, Pam Brunson faced with a tough decision as to what to do here.
Oh, I look good.
And it cost her about $250 more to make the call.
Do you have a pair this time?
I got top 2 right here, baby. Now that Melissa's gone. Well, I got some competition over there, but...
No, you don't.
And as the cards lie, we can see that she's dominated.
Very notorious hand, the ace-queen, but this time well out in front. Will Pam get the feel of that and lay this down and make a very solid laydown? Or will she make the mistake here?
Do y'all see this?
Say, look with
I
it.
wasn't just being a bully. You know?
Makeup, it looks pretty. Makeup always looks too orange on TV.
She lays it down, Vince, and what a laydown that is by her. We've seen some phenomenal laydowns here. One a minute ago by Mimi Tran when she laid down 2 6s when Linda Johnson had 2 7s. And here's a case where Pam was dominated, ace-queen against ace-8, and Pam got away from it.
What'd you have?
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
No mamby-pamby bets here. Christy Gazes with a good poke right there, taking down that pot.
Well, with that last hand, Christy moves into second chip position. But Vince, the difference between the chip leader and the low person is only about $100,000. So certainly, everybody's got chips. Anybody can win.
All right, Linda Johnson quickly folding. And now Pam Brunson.
Because you see it anyway. So you
has
know
an
that.
8-6 with the button.
She's looking at me now like that, Mimi.
Eyeing her 2 opponents in the
Checking
blind.
me out now like, oh, mischievous.
Obviously, to get a feel if they're going to play this pot, she must think they are because she abandoned ship on the button there.
Raise it 45.
Now it's the Tran train. She's going to raise it. She's got a queen 10.
I'm all in.
Christy Gazes goes over the top once again, all in on Mimi Tran.
Well, she's got King Jack, and she is just going to punish Mimi Tran.
That's every time Mimi Tran is raised at this final table. Either Christy or Linda has come over the top and forced her out of the pot.
And the Tran goes off the track right there. She's got to fold it. And I tell you, it's got to be frustrating to her right now. She can't quite pick up the hand. Every time, she just gets pummeled by the lady on her left.
Well, they're playing her like a fiddle right now.
I think we should bet your earrings in a pot.
No. Nope.
So Christy Gazes, like Linda Johnson, once had the big chip lead, then went down to the low person at the table, and now is building her chips back up again,
These are
Vince.
Fred Layton. Earring? And Bellagio, Fred Layton.
They're beautiful.
4 tremendous competitors battling it out here this evening. Blind still at 8 and 16,000. It's on Mimi Tran this time with an ace-10 of diamonds.
Well, pretty good hand, and again she's going to raise it, makes it 45,000 to go.
Christy quickly folding, and now it is on Linda. Wow, look at this hand. Oh.
First lady of poker has picked up 2 queens.
She's got the ladies on ladies night. That's been a big hand so far this evening.
155.
And she's going to make it 155,000 to go.
It's over to Pam Brunson.
Pam looking down at an awful 9-3 offsuit. And she won't play that mess. But look at this, Mimi going over the top, all in with her ace-10 of diamonds. And a quick call down by Linda Johnson, of course, with the ladies.
Well, Linda more than a 2-1 favorite to win this pot and take Mimi Tran out of here. And Vince, here's the scenario. Mimi Tran must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament. If she does win it, she'll be the chip leader with 4 players left. If not, Linda Johnson will be the chip leader with 3 players left.
That is quite true. And Barry Greenstein, the great player in the front row, up on his feet, rooting his pupil on. The showdown of the ladies right now, late in the game.
Here comes a flop. Yeah, flop comes 4-3-3. So far, so good for Linda. Mimi's going to have to catch an ace. Backdoor diamonds, as we say, to make a flush. For 2 cards to make a straight.
Not the flop that Mimi Tran wanted to see.
Queen of diamonds.
Here comes the turn. Oh, it's a diamond. That's good.
And it's a 4. So Mimi now needs a diamond that's not the queen of diamonds or an ace to stay alive in this tournament.
Desperate times for Mimi Tran. She needs the ultimate suck out right now.
Well, Linda Johnson more than a 3-1 favorite to eliminate Mimi Tran from this tournament.
Here comes the river card. It's not going to do it for Mimi.
So top-notch pro Mimi Tran out tonight in 4th place. And Vince, these other women played Mimi almost perfectly tonight. Seemed like they read her perfect every time she made a raise. You got to say she caught the least cards of anybody at this final table.
Let's hear it for Mimi Tran.
The ladies holding up right there for Linda Johnson, first lady of poker. She is now a massive chip leader. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the Bicycle Casino. It's Ladies Night 5 on the WPT. 3 players left fighting it out for this title. Our current chip leader is First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, with $588,000. Pam Brunson of the famed Brunson Poker family in 2nd place with $462,000. And Christy Gaze in 3rd place with $450,000.
And it is wide open for the Queen of Poker honors here tonight. Christy Gaze is with the button with King Jack, has raised it up. But right behind her, Linda Johnson with the same hand also has a King Jack. She's going to call. And now Pam Brunson with a Jack 8 gets out of the way. So 2 players with the same exact hand going at it.
Here comes a flop. Ace, King, 9. Both players have flopped a pair of kings. Action on Linda, and she checks.
Yes, she does. And Christy right behind is going to check. There's the turn card pairing the board, a 9.
Well, again, Linda checks.
100.
And Christy is now going to bet $100,000.
There's the advantage of position. But look at this, Linda coming back over the top with a raise of $100,000.
Vince, without hesitation, she has check raised another $100,000 with the same hand that Christy has, and now you can see Christy's dilemma. What to do now?
Well, this could make you twitch, that's for sure, and that's what Christy's doing.
Christy checked on the flop. Has been raised on the turn here by Linda Johnson.
Wow.
Vince, that is not a look of confidence.
Yeah.
We talk about poker faces on the World Poker Tour.
Probably have a 9.
Right now, Christy does not have a happy face. Well, we know that feeling, don't we, Vince?
Yeah.
I mean, you're wishing you hadn't bet there when the guy check raised you on the turn. But what a check raise this was by Linda Johnson, folks. Remember, they have the same hand. They're both playing kings and nines with an ace kicker. And in this case, whoever bets last is going to win. And right now, that honor belongs to Linda. She is out front here because she has put the last bet in.
Time, I'm sorry.
This is showing a whole other level of Linda Johnson's game. She is just saying, you know what, I don't believe you have an ace or a 9. I think at best maybe you have a king. I can take this pot from you. And the scary thing is when they only raise the exact same amount that was bet, that's sometimes even scarier when a player does that than when he makes a bigger raise.
Well, you have to admire Christy Gaze's poker instincts here. You can see she just doesn't believe that her hand is beat.
Weird raise.
Indeed, it's not beat. They're tied.
I'm sorry, I got to think about this for a little while.
Just for her thinking about this, you got to salute her.
She is in a state of confusion right now.
Vince, if she calls this, it would be a phenomenal call. And if she comes over the top of it, it would be an even greater play. Because chances are she would win the pot if she did that. Linda looking very stoic and confident, whether she's trying to or not. Would she call a raise pre-flop with a 9 in her hand? This is what Christy's trying to figure out right now. Trying to put all these pieces of the puzzle together.
Will you show me one? If I fold? Just one. I just want to see one.
Well, the bad news is that if she does wind up calling, she's dead because she's given away the fact that she's not that strong. All right, it's so obvious. So she's not having a good poker face here.
All right.
Well, Christy does lay it down. Most people would have just mucked it immediately when they got check raised there, but she really wanted to play that hand. But stand up and salute Linda Johnson, folks. What a check raise that was.
Hope I wasn't beat there.
With just 2 kings in that situation.
Yeah, I hope I was beat there.
Very sneaky, very convincing.
Linda Johnson did not show her cards there.
You bitch.
She is going to keep Christy agonizing over what she might have had.
She had a winner, I think.
Yes, I think you'll like your laydown.
The first lady of poker taking one step closer to becoming first in this tournament, Vince.
All right, the antes are going up to $3,000 now. Blinds are going to be $12,000 and $24,000.
We're seeing some terrific poker here, some great laydowns, Just good action tonight on Ladies' Night.
This is so exciting for the First Lady, Linda Johnson, who has been the announcer for the WPT, on the floor here since the inception. She's a good friend, a great person in poker, and right now she has a shot of being the queen of poker here tonight. Christy Gazes quickly folding her hand, and now Linda with an ace-8 offsuit.
80,000.
Now she's going to raise it, makes it 80,000 to go.
And right behind her, Pam Brunson, though, picking up a pair of 5s.
All in.
And she says all in with it.
It worked for her before when she had the 2 5s at this final table. She won that race to double up and stay alive.
How much, please?
It's an additional $301,000 for Linda if she wants to see this flop. And the Queen Kitty gang getting up on their feet.
That's good. Okay.
Well, a tough decision for Linda here.
Okay.
She's going to be afraid she might be up against an ace with a bigger kicker. Or perhaps a big pair here. In which case she wouldn't be getting the right price to call. In the other hand, she would be getting the right price.
How do you become a Queen Kitty guy anyhow? They got to sweat this hand out with her. They're the Railbirds right now. And look at Linda.
Wait, look at them all staring at me. So, what do you guys want me to do? Call or fold?
She's asking the Queen Kitty guys what to do.
All right, this time.
And she's going to lay it down, wants to wait for a better spot to get her money in there. But what a nice play by Pam Brunson there.
The aces?
She got the aces.
Doyle taught her well. Don't show the hand. Make them guess.
No, but he also said, you know, lift your cards up, look back into them once in a while. Make it look like you were bluffing, then muck your cards, but don't let them see them. Good advice by the wily Master Doyle. And what a story it would be if she won here, Vince. This is the same casino that her dad captured his WPT title. And how strong would that be if a father-daughter combination both won WPT titles in the same casino?
Pam's got a shot tonight. She worked her way through the qualifying, beating out 124 players. That was for the Susan G. Komen For the Cure Foundation for Cancer. Back to this hand, Christie is folded. Linda Johnson with King-9, just calling.
Well, Linda limping in the small blind, as we say. And Pam with a Jack-8 says, give us a flop. And here it comes. It's come Ace-Jack-Deuce with 2 clubs. Pam has flopped a pair of jacks, but action is on Linda. And she's going to lead out in bet here. She bets 25,000.
Well, she's going to take a stab at this.
Raise to 50. 75. 75? Wait, I was ready for 50.
Well, Pam Brunson is going to raise it here with second pair. Just doesn't believe Linda's got an ace in her hand because she didn't raise before the flop. Great poker savvy by Pam Brunson right here.
I'd gamble for 25, not for 50. Good one. Nice hand.
Why not raise with second pair? Pam doing it and taking down that pot. Linda just tried to steal that pot, and Pam Brunson would have none of it. And believe me, Doyle is going to be very proud of Pam for raising right there.
The Queen Kitty gang meowing and purring in that front row. They're very excited for their Pam. Action will be on Christy Gazes.
I'm all in.
Christy says all in with a pair of 4s.
She's betting nearly 400,000 with 2 4s when the blinds are just 12 and 24,000.
Linda quickly folded, but Pam Brunson has ace-10.
Well, Vince, when somebody overbets the pot like this, you generally think they have an ace and a baby card.
I call.
Or a small pair. Okay. And Pam has made the call here, Vince.
She calls. You got anything good?
She was right in her assessment, and we've got a race situation. And what a pot this is going to be. Well over 800,000 in the pot. Whoever wins it's going to be our chip leader. If it's Pam, we'll be down to 2 players. If it's Christy, we'll still have 3, but Pam will be on a short stack if she loses this pot, Vince.
Here comes the flop. King 5 deuce. So far, so good for Christy Gazes.
I think she would win if it came 4-4-4.
She's out in front with the 2 4s. Pam needs to catch an ace or a 10, 2 running cards to make a straight, or 2 running cards to win a flush. The board could also pair kings and 5s where she'd win it. But right now, Pam Brunson needs some help. 6 of spade on the turn. We are down to the river card. Pam Brunson must catch an ace or a 10 to eliminate Christy Gazes from this tournament. Christy trying to hold on with the 2 4s. Will the Colt 44 stand up, or will she be shot down out of this tournament?
Queen Kitty would love to capture a miracle. Will she get it? No, she does not.
Christy Gazes is going to double up. And Vince, her bold bet paid off in spades for her right there.
Huge pot, and it's going to triple Pam Brunson. She looks very dejected. She is paying that off, and that's the look of Doyle, I have to say. When he takes his hits, he manages to smile with class, but that one hurt.
Good enough to play on the World Poker Tour? Find out right now at WPT on GSN.com.
We play for big pots, small stakes, and the chance to say, read 'em and weep. For the weekends, the all-nighters, and the lunch hour. We play for the legends and for the unknowns who dream of winning it all. For the bad beats and the pocket kings we sometimes have the sense to fold. We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for the continuation of Ladies' Night number 5. The bankrolls have flipped. Pam Brunson now, the short stack. She has been severely damaged right now. Queen Kitty running out of her 9 lives here this evening. About 75,000 left.
And remember, we're playing with a $3,000 ante, and blinds are 12 and 24,000. So at 45,000 around, she's going to have to make a stand very quickly. Here she looks down at King 4 offsuit.
I'm all in.
And she's doing it.
Yeah, exactly that. She's going to push all in. Christy Gaze going out.
How much is it? I call.
But Linda Johnson says, I'm going to call because I have King 5, and she does have her out-pipped at this moment.
Well, Linda has her dominated here. It's King 5 versus King 4. But in truth, most of the time with these two hands, you're going to look at a split pot.
Count her chips. 4. Bring them into you and count them.
And the Queen Kitty gang on the rail, not purring right now.
You got the best rooting section I've ever seen.
Pam Brunson's tournament life on the line here. She's going to have to get lucky to stay alive. I'm sure she'll be very happy to split this pot.
All her chips are in right now. 5 cards to come, and here come the first 3.
4-4. Oh, I see a 4.
Oh, the flop is 10-10-4.
She has spiked the 4.
Well, you saw Pam jump out of her seat there. She's made the 2 4s. That was the exact hand that was her demise just a moment ago when Christy Gazes doubled up with 2 4s against her ace-10. But here, the 4s are smiling at her, at least right now.
Here's the turn card. It's a 3 of diamonds. Gonna dodge that 5 right now.
So for Linda Johnson to win this pot, she must catch a 5 or a king.
Oh, no. Yeah, king. Then she had me out-kicked.
Otherwise, Pam Brunson is going to double up here.
She's saying, forget that split pot baloney. I want to double up here.
Anything but a 5 or a king.
Will Queen Kitty be successful here?
She is. Yes. An 8 comes off. And Vince, when she won her ladies event here at the Bicycle Casino, she was on the short stack virtually from the second table all the way down to when they were playing heads up. Then she got lucky and got a rush to win it. Could that same fate happen to her again tonight?
The Queen Kitty gang purring once again.
And Linda Johnson not rewarded for making that good call that she made. She had the best hand, got unlucky there, and lost that pot. So Pam Brunson getting lucky to stay alive there. And Vince, when you just look at her face, you can sense how much she wants to win this thing.
The Brunsons are winners in life and in poker. She'd love to take this title and come back. All right, and here she's going to get a little ground skinner, a freebie.
Oh, how sweet that is. Both her opponents folded to her. She had an 8-4. They just gave her the pot. That gets a nice chuckle out of her. You're always happy to get one, especially when you're on a short stack.
Well, they call her Queen Kitty, and she has the Kitty fans in the audience meowing to her, trying to bring the luck in for Miss Brunson. Whatever works when you're a railbird. All right, next hand coming around just like that. Linda Johnson folding. And now in the small blind, it's going to be Pam, and she's got a King 5 this time. And she says all in with it.
Well, she knows the King High figures to be a favorite against a random 2-card hand. Unfortunately for her, Christy Gazes has found an ace-9 in the big blind here.
That's a very strong random hand.
Contemplating what to do here. Now, Vince, with her chip count, I'd be surprised if she laid this hand down.
Wow. How many cats are here?
Had a chance to take somebody out. Would you really put your opponent on a hand better than an ace-9 in this situation?
201.
201. She is going to do it.
A nice call by Christy Gazes here. She's out in front with the ace-9. Pam Brunson with the king-5. Christie slightly more than a 3-2 favorite to win this pot and eliminate Pam Brunson from this tournament.
And the meowing has quieted down quite a bit.
Oh, she got the kitty out.
They know the Queen Kitty's going to need a lot of luck right now.
Well, they know the cat's got your tail. If Pam Brunson doesn't win this pot, she'll be out of here in third place.
Here's the flop. Not good there for Pam. 6-6-3.
Now, for Pam to win this pot, she's going to have to catch a king or a 5, 2 running cards to make a flush, or 2 running cards to make a straight. She needs help.
4th Street coming up. Will she get it? Not there. It's a queen of clubs.
Well, we are down to the river card.
5.
Pam Brunson must catch a king or a 5. Otherwise, she'll be out in third place. Nothing else will do it for her.
She needs the long shot. She needs the suck out.
She doesn't get it as the deuce comes off. So that's going to do it for Pam Brunson tonight. But, Vince, you got to tip your hat to this girl. She played some terrific poker at this final table. And all week long here at the Bicycle Casino, she has done the Brunson poker family proud tonight.
Well, she played with great heart, tons of charisma. Pam Brunson, our third-place finisher. And she gets a standing ovation here at the bike.
It's funny, I had a premonition I was going to play you heads up. I did. I'm not just saying that. It's weird.
So Pam Brunson, the daughter of living legend of poker, Doyle Brunson, she's out in third place.
She's very charming, an excellent player. And right now she's going up to talk to Layla.
Thanks, guys. I'm up here with Pam. Pam, I gotta give it to you, man. You did an amazing job. For someone that isn't a professional poker player, you definitely held your own tonight. How do you feel? You were so close.
I feel okay. I'm a little bummed. I would have liked to have been the last lady standing, but I feel good about my play. I always believe in a chip in a chair. So even here when I was low stacked, I was worried, but you're never out until you're out. So
you're never out till you are out. Thank you so much. Congratulations for getting this far. Thank you.
We are down to 2 players. Heads-up action about to begin. But first, our money presentation.
Proceeds from this event are going to the Susan G. Komen for the Cure Foundation to help fight breast cancer. The question is, who's going to take this title? Will it be the First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, or the cash machine, Christy Gazes?
Stay with us here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to WPT Ladies Night. Heads Up action is about to start, and during the break, I spoke with both Christy and Linda. Here's what they had to say. Christy, congratulations to making it to Heads Up. How do you feel about your play so far? Because I always said you were the favorite. So how do you feel right now?
Wow, that's a lot to live up to. I feel good. I think I'm playing all right. It's been really fun. So that's what matters the most, I think.
What do you think of your opponent? What do you think of Christy, though?
I think she's an excellent player. I mean, her game has grown tremendously since the days when we used to play, and she's going to be tough to beat. You know, she knows how to handle her chips, and I think I'm going to have to get lucky and catch some cards to beat her. So,
well, she's definitely met her own match. Good luck, Linda. We're rooting for you.
Hometown local Christy Gaze is from Van Nuys, California, out in front with about $1.1 million. And Linda Johnson, the First Lady of Poker, she's got about $430,000. And the antes are going up to $5,000. The blinds are going to be $20,000 and $40,000.
All in.
Well, Vince Linda quickly goes all in with a Jack-8.
She certainly does. And Christy with just a 9-3 can't compete. She folds the hand.
And remember, there's $70,000 laying out there in blinds and antes. So picking it up is a good thing.
Well, how about the aggressiveness of Linda Johnson? Not even thinking twice, just pummeling all her money in that first pot, sweeping it up.
Okay, action's going to be on Christy here.
This time Christy with a 9-8 is just going to call. And now Linda, oh, she's got a huge hand. Pair of ladies on ladies' night.
60.
She's going to raise it 60,000 more, and quickly Christy throws her hand away. Now, most top players would have called 60,000 more with 150,000 in the pot, but Christy jettisoned her hand quickly, got away from it.
Linda Johnson not getting the action she wanted. She'd love to have doubled up and become the chip leader.
There you see Linda's mom, Jean, in the crowd rooting her daughter on here. And Vince, it seems only fitting Linda's playing heads up for this title. The lady's done more for the poker industry over the last 15 years than anybody on the planet Earth.
Well, the button goes to Linda. She's got a big hand again, pair of jacks.
Raise to...
Christy looks down and finds two kings.
That much.
I'm on.
Christy says, I'm all in.
And Linda quickly calls it.
Oh,
boy, just a cold deck right there.
Well, Vince, I don't think there's a player alive could have got away from either one of these two hands. It's just one of those cold decks, as we say. You're going to get your chips in and hope you got the best hand here. And as the cards lie, Christy slightly over a 4-1 favorite to win this pot and take this title down right here.
505.
And the glasses go off of Christy. What a position she's in right now. This is the hometown girl from Van Nuys.
Vance, she's smiling right now.
Don't put a jack. Best hand should hold up.
Thank you, thank you. I agree. No jack, no straights.
All right.
No funky cards.
Well, she's giddy, Vince, because she can sense that WPT Ladies Night title going on her mantle.
Barring nothing crazy happens in the next 5 cards, Christy Gazes will be our champion. Let's take a peek at the first 3.
Flop comes ace 4-3. So far, so good for Christy. She's out front. Linda's going to have to catch a jack to win the pot. If it comes a deuce and a 5, they would split the pot with a 5-high straight. And right now, I'm sure Linda would be glad to get any kind of piece of this pot back.
Well, a smooth flop there for Christy. King's looking very strong at this point. Here comes the turn card.
Well, it is a 5. That means a deuce would give them a split pot. And believe me, Linda Johnson would love to get a split pot out of this right now.
A little bit of hope there for Linda.
For Linda to win it, she needs a jack.
Will Christy Gazes become our new Ladies Night champion on the WPT? She is 1 card away.
She's holding the kings. Will she become a queen with them? Here's that river card. The 4 hearts. She's done it. Christy Gazes is our ladies champion. And there you see, she's bubbling over with excitement. There she goes over and hugs the family, her mother and father, brother here.
A great effort by Linda Johnson going to the sidelines. Christy Gazes, our WPT Ladies Night champion.
Let's hear it for the WPT Ladies Champion, Christy Gazes. On behalf of Vince Van Patten, Layla Cayley, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Mike Sexton saying thanks for watching. And until next time, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.